Robert Haynes here with the Game House, and I'm lucky enough to be joined by Riv. How's it going, man?
It's going fantastic. We're here hanging out at the LCS Spring Finals. Shavitz Arena is delivering the intensity, and TL's not, but TSM is. We're almost at a 3-0 right now. That's a little surprising to me.
If you would have told me to put that down, I would have never put that one.
I might have had TL coming in today.
Really?
Yeah. I thought the bot lane would make too much of a difference. Jensen could hold, but it has just been a rolling.
It seems like TSM has TL's number.
Absolutely.
Let's jump into probably the most important question you're going to get all day.
Okay.
How's Jace doing?
The long back. Jace is great. My partner Chelsea just moved in, so she brought a Maine Coon as well, so now he has a friend to hang out with.
Okay.
And he is not down with losing all of the cuddles he has lost, so he's been a little needy recently, but it just makes him that much more adorable. And he's doing great. He's almost 3 now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They grow up so fast.
I actually remember seeing all your posts about it, and I was just
It's been a good trip, good adventure.
You get plenty of puppy eyes.
All the time. Yeah. The Dachshund side eyes. Coin.
Absolutely. So, you've been doing a lot of academy games, and you've been helping to bring their exposure. You've had so much experience doing this. What's your favorite part about being able to see kind of the young guns on there?
I love it because it means I still have a job. No, I'm just kidding. Because it's like JV to varsity.
Absolutely.
You're watching the players that are going to be taking a hold of the next generation of what's going into the LCS, different styles of play. And I actually love it even almost more than the LCS because during the finals time, you get that NCAA hype.
Absolutely.
Those games are so much better than NBA playoff finals. Like, those guys go crazy because they're younger, they have that heart, that passion, no regard for kind of like, what's coming in from the outside, social media and stuff. They care, but it just seems like there's that last bit of energy that you want to see all the time. That's what we get out of our finals games here at Shavitz between our LCS teams. But I love watching that heart and intensity from these young players that are going to have a chance on the LCS stage quite soon. We saw C9 switching up their team already, and there's a lot of those players that belong on that stage already. So it's absolutely insane to see actually how much talent is coming up when we thought like, is there another Pearson? Is there another Doublift? Is there, even another Smithy? They're out there, and it's coming up. It's awesome.
Yeah, were you surprised by TSM winning that one too, or?
I was. I actually thought again it would be a little bit more towards bot lane, and seeing what C9's mid and the rest of the map could do is huge. But a Blaze Olive and Greg just popped off. Like I was like, has Greg been on the LCS team all year? What is this guy? But he does have a beard, so beard power. Coming back in there, you know about it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was amazed again there, but I guess I shouldn't have been. These guys play against each other now towards the end of the season, and they both leveled each other up so much. I guess it wasn't a surprise to see TSM doing what they are here today, already 2-0 up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. By the time this interview comes out, we will have crowned champions.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. So if you had to pick any player that's not on C9, or not somebody necessarily that's had experience in it, who do you think's going up to the LCS next? One person.
I love Yasui. He didn't show up too much in the recent end. A Blaze Olive took that away from me, but I'd say Greg, he's already been there. I think a Blaze Olive is the next one for me. Him or, was it Tactic or Treats in that bot lane for TSM was really amazing. So I think Tactic, if somebody needs an AD, like those have kind of been waffle positions right now for teams trying to find strength there. I think he'd really be a good pick.
Yeah, especially at the bottom of the LCS standings right now. I think there are at least 2 or 3 teams that would definitely take a look at him. So I would totally agree with that. So let's jump into the fact that you've always been kind of the Swiss Army knife. Wherever they need you, you go, and you do it, and you kill it. And also you've been to so many events, right?
It's been fun. Traveling around the world.
Absolutely. What has been like the best one? What has been your most memorable?
My most memorable event always has to be the Madison Square Garden, where I opened up MVP for Rush, and I got to come out on stage by myself and say, hello Madison Square Garden, and my producer was even like, take a second. I was like, damn, that's sick. And my dad was there. It was the first event he had been to, and he grew up in New York City and Long Island, kind of in that area. And before I went up to do the show, he mentioned to me, he's like, last time I was here was to see Van Halen in like '76. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing to be up here and be able to show my dad what I've been doing. So that has to be my most memorable moment in all of LCS.
And I would I remember that moment so clearly. I remember watching it. I was like, I think that was the first time for me even that it just felt like this is just so real.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh my God.
I loved it.
Oh, thank you for giving us that.
Heck yeah.
So lastly here, let's take a look at just the people who are trying to come up, right? Like,
Absolutely.
You've seen Captain Flowers come up and do some great work. What kind of advice do you have for people out there who want to make their way in casting?
The first thing is you need to try. My favorite thing is to hear someone come up and say, hey, how do I get into casting? I have this video I did. Can you retweet it or take a look? That makes me so happy. Because people wanting to get into casting makes me happy as well. But to see that they've taken a step towards one of the most feared things in the world is public speaking, and we're able to do something without kind of thinking about who would say what, is what it takes. Like, passing that barrier is a huge step. Then you develop these terms, these things you say. When I played Counter-Strike a lot and got into casting, my term was coming around the corner. And that becomes like a breathing moment. You get these little kind of quips that you say that allow you to think of everything else you're saying. It's like, if you were to go like this with words as they fall forward, there are like 10 words already thought of back here that are gonna fall forward. So I can stop and I say, coming around the corner, CTs are going to be up on top of the bomb site, terrorists won't be able to plant yet. Well, they're coming around the corner, terrorists have already made it onto the bomb site, and they're going to, so for Counter-Strike, that was my word. And I was like, where else? I have those quips that I can take a breathing moment that then change to League when you're casting. They're going for Baronan, they're not going to get it. Or you keep it going. They're going for Baron and they're going to be able to grab it. TSM's on their way to the, right? So you find out those moments where you become that person that's delivering the moment in a relatable fashion. For everybody that's stolen a Baron or been a part of Baron Steal, it's my favorite moment to be like, I've been there, I've done that. I've hit that Oriana Shockwave. And also, you have confidence in knowing that sentence structure is something that you favor, those words. And a lot of the time, I got them from walking around the house saying dumb stuff. I mean, like, I'm coming down the stairs and then coming around the corner as I go to the fridge. You know, you just get all of those flow spots in place, and your confidence shield for casting goes right through the roof.
I hope everybody's paying attention. This was like 101 right here, just the beginning of the class. So, you know, just thank you again for taking the time to interview with us. And I'm Robert Hayes for the Game House. From our house to yours, have a great rest of your day.
If you liked that, hit the subscribe button for more interviews and other great sports and esports content. Make sure to also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to stay up to date on all the news from your favorite sports and esports players and teams. From our house to yours.